A postulant. A postulant is someone who has been allowed by the diocese to pursue theological training in readiness for ordained ministry. When you are a postulant, one of the most important and critical unit to study is philosophy. Why do I say philosophy is important? Philosophy prepares our worldview to understand certain things. It prepares us to understand systematic theology. It prepares us to embrace the intellectual world. It prepares us to be holistic, whole-rounded students. For you to understand philosophy, this is just introduction to philosophy. It is good for you to grasp the definition of philosophy. Philosophy is derived from two Greek words, philos and sophia. Philos means love, and sophia means wisdom. Therefore, in a nutshell, philosophy is the love of wisdom. Second thing that I want to emphasize is that philosophy is an inquiry. It is an inquiry that entails analysis, criticism, speculations, and definitions. All inquiry that involves all these four things is philosophy. They are philosophical. You become philosophical when you ask questions, when you do analysis, when you inquire. You are a philosopher. Number two, philosophy is every study under the sun. Be it geography, be it theology. That's why every PhD, Doctor of Philosophy, is in everything. Doctor of Philosophy in music, Doctor of Philosophy in chemistry, Doctor of Philosophy in biology. I was lucky to get PhD, Doctor of Philosophy in theological studies. But it is philosophy. So everything under the sun is philosophy. Now, we look at branches of philosophy. They are divided into two. There is the speculative branch of philosophy. Speculative, and there is the first branch is the speculative branch of philosophy, which entails metaphysics. Speculative. Now, there are 5 branches of philosophy. Number 1 is a branch that is called metaphysics. Metaphysics is derived from 2 Greek words, meta and physical. Beyond the physical. It deals with reality and being. When you study metaphysics, you ask yourself, what is real? The nature of things that exist. And how do they exist? When you look at metaphysics, you study things like the free will. You study, does God exist? Does this world that we live, is it real? That is metaphysics. When you study something that is called epistemology, is the study of knowledge, the extent of knowledge, and the limitation of knowledge. How do you know that you know? And we say there are 2 kinds of knowledge. What are these 2 kinds of knowledge? A priori and a posteriori. What does a priori means? Knowledge without experience. What about a posteriori? Knowledge and experience. Knowledge after experience. How do you know that an orange is sweet? After testing is a priori knowledge, a posteriori knowledge. A priori knowledge is like 1 + 1 is equals to 2. You don't need to experience. Then we have ethics. Ethics is the study of right and wrong. And I told you there are 3 kinds of ethics. The first one is called what? Objective ethics. What does it portend? It portends that there is ethics that is acceptable and agreeable to everyone, everywhere in the world. Murder is wrong to everyone and to anywhere. The second one is what is called relative ethics. Ethics belongs, determined by a particular community. Like in certain communities, like the Maasais, when you go and sleep with the wife of your age mate, it's not wrong. But in certain communities, it is completely wrong. That's what is called relative ethics. Lastly is subjective ethics. Subjective ethics is derived from personal tastes, choices, and preferences. The other branch of philosophy is aesthetics. What is aesthetics? The study of beauty, the expression of beauty, and the language of expressing beauty. That is another branch of philosophy. The last one is called logic. Logic is the study of sound argument or correct reasoning. And I said there is correct reasoning when the premises support the conclusion. But if the premise does not support the conclusion, it is called a formal fallacy. But the informal fallacy is a fallacy, an argument that is wrong in content and context. That is a fallacy. Some of the examples that I gave you of fallacy is the fallacy of false dilemma. False dilemma is one of the fallacies. And where you give 2 extreme answers, like a boy, like the young man seated behind, can tell a lady, either you accept me or I kill myself. Unikubali ama nijue. It's called false dilemma. You assume that there is no third option. Is it true that when Kataliwa you are supposed to automatically kill yourself? No. There is another option. You can get another lady. There is another option. You can go and become a priest or a eunuch. There are many options. So it's called false dilemma. The other fallacy is appeal to authority. There are people who appeal to authority wrongly. Because an authority has said that, you impute it wrongly in an argument. The other one I told you is fallacy ad hominem, where you attack the person instead of attacking the argument. You say, wewe msupport unaniambia nini? What are you telling me? Just because I'm a support, my argument is wrong. You don't observe my argument. You don't wrestle with my argument. You just reject it because of me. Fallacy ad hominem. The other fallacies, they are called informal fallacies. I've just given you few examples. Then there are methods of doing philosophy. Some of the methods of doing philosophy, number 1 is what is called dogmatic. In dogmatic method of doing philosophy, you assume certain premises are true and unquestionable, and you begin with that. Like God exists, and you do not question that. It's called dogmatic. The other method of doing philosophy is the rational method, where thinking and the rational is more important.